If you're anything like me, you don't want to go to the doctor, the chiropractor, or pay for a bunch of massages, although that does sound pretty nice. Then check out these 10 at-home massage tools that I love to use. I'm also going to share a bonus item that's cheap and makes a great gift, and I haven't met anyone who doesn't enjoy it. So in no particular order, let's start with this. This is a neck massager. It's got 2 hand grips down here, and it's got these slightly squishy, almost looks like golf balls, but they're just kind of shaped that way. But they're pretty firm overall, a little bit squishy. But you grab this, and this goes behind your neck. You can pull it apart, and it's gonna hit these neck muscles back here that get so tense. I'd say the majority of the headaches I get are right there. So this thing, man, whoo, hang on.
1 hour later.
This thing's nice. I love this thing. I've had it for years. I let people use it all the time. And the one thing I will say is this is kind of a grippy material. So beware around your hair. That can pull on your hair. But other than that, I love this thing. Following that up, we've got a Theracane. It's like Little Bo Peep, like a cane. I think this is the first massage product I ever bought. It was years and years ago, probably 2015-ish. I had a coworker in the office that had one of these, and she let me use it, and I was hitting my trap muscle right there. Man, that felt so good. I went home the same day and ordered this one, and I've had it for, I've had this thing for probably like 8 years or something now. But now they are much more common. You can get them in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but it's got different little bulbs around that you can hit different muscles. But really, I just grip it here and use this one here to massage. I originally got this, I would hit those same neck muscles as that neck massager we just did. I'd hit the trapezius. Man, that one feels really good. You just sit here and just press it, and I'm pushing on the bottom, pulling up here, just however it feels good. You can also hook it around, get that scapula muscle, if that's what it's called. I'm not an anatomy expert. Get behind the shoulder blade. You can go up different sizes, around different sides, hit those shoulder blades. And one thing, if you're using one of these, so you're not having to like pull on it so much if you're hitting your back. This couch isn't super tall, but I'll lean up on a tall chair, kind of like this, and I'll lean into the chair, and that will just add a bunch of pressure. So really nice for that. And I think this is my OG massager. Next up, we've got these massage balls. They're pretty nice, pretty firm, but have a little bit of give. I like these for when I just want something real quick and easy. I'll sometimes roll around on the floor, laying on top of one of these and hitting different muscles. That feels good. I'll also hit the arch of my foot on the floor. That's been nice, but most of all, I use it to hit my delts. I've got my left one has been bugging me for a while, and I just recently, I put this against the wall and just leaned into it, and I hit these muscles in there, and man, I actually feel the best I felt in a couple months rolling around on these. And they're definitely super affordable. Next up, and actually recommended to me by a masseuse, this is a Pso-Rite. It's called that because you've got your psoas muscle, if I'm remembering correctly. But this is probably my #1 thing that I have loved. This is spaced exactly right to hit those stubborn shoulder blade muscles. You lay on this, and oh my goodness, I cannot tell you the relief I felt. I will say this thing is a little bit pricey, but it was so worth it for me after having those stubborn muscles just tight for so long. But I will say they do make cheaper off-brand versions of these. I haven't tried the off-brand. It was worth it for me to go straight for this one. Like I said, it was recommended to me. You can lean it against a wall for some light pressure. And my one complaint is it's a little bit tall. I wish it was a little bit, an inch or so shorter. It's just a little too much pressure when I'm laying on the ground on my shoulder blades here. So I'll actually stack pillows for my head and my back to help support me, and that has been perfect. I tell you, I sit there and lay on this thing for probably 20 minutes. It feels so good, and I can actually feel the muscles releasing after a couple minutes on this thing. It has worked wonders. And there are a ton of other things you can do with this. That's what I got it for. But if you get one, just look up So Right massager videos and you'll find a huge list of muscles and different techniques you can use, all with this little thing. Next up, we've all seen these massage guns. I'm not gonna spend too much time here, but what I like to use this for is I get sore quads sometimes that get a little stubborn. I'll throw this on, hit the quad, and that feels really good. It's kind of this deep, I don't know what it is exactly. It's always my right quad, but I hit it with this and that feels great. Sometimes I'll also hit the arch of my foot with this, or if my elbow is hurting me or shoulder or something like that. I like this for those type of things. This is the sharper image version, but there's like a million of these. I have had cheap ones. I don't recommend those. I like the quality of this one. I'd say this is kind of a mid-range one. It's a big difference from this one to the cheap one that I had. So I don't recommend going cheap on these ones, but you don't need to spend a ton of money either. A lot of these will come with different attachments to hit different things. I mainly just use it for like my quads when I need it, but I keep it by the bed, and yeah, it's a good one. We've also seen these along the electric lines. These are the electric chair massagers. This is actually my in-laws, but I use it a lot when I'm visiting, so I will throw this in there. I originally was using this one because, again, it hit those shoulder blade muscles. It's spaced just right. I also noticed I can get my shoulder blade between this, and it hits outside and inside. It was a good combo, but these are okay. They're heated usually. I have noticed in the past when I've used these too much, it seemed to make the problem worse. So I would recommend using these lightly, but the nice thing is you're not having to apply the pressure yourself or work it. You kind of just sit there and enjoy. All right, next up is not necessarily a massage item, but it is something to relieve neck tension. So I know being down on our phones all the time, we're working on computers, we're always forward. So this is just something to put some reverse tension on your neck, get you back. You just lay it down, lay your neck here, head back, and it kind of helps correct some of that bad posture we all have. And then it's got extra foam blocks just to increase the intensity. You know, mild, medium, and extreme or whatever, so something nice and simple. And speaking of foam, of course, we have foam rollers. This is kind of along those same lines. I originally would use these to pop my back, stretch out the upper back, or roll, like, you know, like my leg on here or something. It's kind of nice. Figured we'd throw them in. They're super easy to get. You can find them everywhere, and they come in different lengths and sizes, so yeah. Similar to the foam roller, and this is kind of a step up, these are the chirp wheels. You've probably seen videos of them. They were super popular a couple years ago, but I like that they come in different sizes. Smaller are more intense. I got the 4-pack. This one's for neck, and then you roll your back on the rest. So the big one is mild, and then you got the medium and intense. The nice thing with these, you can also roll them on the wall. These are made in Utah, which is fun, and definitely something I need to use more. By far the largest item, and not something you can use on yourself, so I'm not counting it in the 10, but maybe you could consider getting a massage table. They make these at-home ones that are nice. It breaks down, everything tucks and folds. The arms come out and the head thing comes off and store under, and it folds in half. One thing that we tried for a while that was awesome is we just lay down a sheet, but rotate massage nights with your significant other. It's a good way to bond, and you get an actual massage, which is super nice. But I will recommend, if you go that route, use baby oil over lotion. It lasts so long and works way better. And look up some massage tutorials. It'll just go out a lot better than trying to figure it out yourself. So, what's it gonna take to get you in one of these bad boys today? Last up, and certainly least, all right, we've got the TENS shockers. You've probably seen these as well. I used to have a big bulky one years ago, and I upgraded and downsized to this little unit here. It's nice. Charges with a plug-in USB. My other one took a bunch of batteries, which was no fun. It's got a whole bunch of different attachments and different size pads. The reason I originally got these is years ago I was doing some physical therapy after dislocating my knee, and the physical therapist had the big industrial version of this. So I grabbed a pair for home, just if I was feeling I needed some extra treatment. More recently I discovered I had this bad headache, and again this is all my neck, but I put this on those neck muscles and just tensed those, and that solved my headache surprisingly quickly. Now I will say I don't think that works for everyone, but it did for me. So these are nice. You can put them all over your back, shoulders, feet, legs. They have a whole diagram and a whole bunch of different settings on here, and you can control the intensity. Maybe you wouldn't like the shocking, pulsating side of it, which I totally understand, but I found it useful, and maybe you will too. So let's get to our bonus item. So for the bonus item, not massage, but it is kind of a stress relief, I guess you could say, but these head scratchers. I'd kind of put them in the same category, kind of home use, whatever, self-care. But let me tell you what, if you need some brownie points with your wife or significant other, just give them a little treatment of this. Boy, that works wonders. I have not met anyone that doesn't like these. We bought a pack of like 30 of these years ago, and we gave most of them away when we just needed like a white elephant gift or a little birthday thing or someone's something in the office. You can get them in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I like these simple metal ones. You can scratch it back with the points there, and then you can kind of pull these wires if you've got a big head like me. Definitely recommend these. We've all got aches and pains, and I'll leave it up to you, of course, to figure out what's causing your root problems, what stretches or techniques you need to fix posture, whatever it is. But I hope this gave you some good ideas on ways you can relieve that pain along the way, and I know it did for me. Did you know that over 10 Americans complain about back pain every year?